far by Siena as Šишkaускас misses from long range. But now we'll get another chance. Will CSKA with a fresh shot clock.
Well, Siena really has come out with a very tough man-to-man defense here, putting a lot of pressure on just about everything, every pass, and there's a beautiful pick and roll, though, down the lane.
Victor Hrypa laying it in to open the scoring. Hrypa making his 5th start in 13 EuroLeague games. The drive-in. And it looked like an offensive foul.
I think they called traveling. Let me just take another look here. It's Dommerkamp. He's going through, and there's 1-2. Well, we didn't get to see it.
In any event, a turnover, but given right back as Holden misfires on the way for Längdon.
Again, a lot of pressure put on every pass. They're trying to deny every pass, making everything difficult by Siena.
Roman Sato gives it up. They move it around the outside. This is Terrell McIntyre, a big part of what they do. We look at Dommerkant out front. Passes it off late to Sato with 2 on the shot clock. Fires from near half court. Lawrinovich keeps it alive. And now McIntyre back to Lawrinovich. The big man can step it out, but barely draws iron on that shot. So a little bit of a sloppy start for both teams.
Yeah, and CSKA also known for its great defense, of course. They're doing a nice job defensively.
Šишkauska drives and kicks out. Here's Hrypa in a post-up. Looking to go on Lawrinovich. Now it's Morris from on top. He misses the 3 and a rebound, Sato.
And both teams look a little tight here, shooting the basketball early. We played almost 4 minutes and only has scored 2 points.
McIntyre operating out front. Lawrinovich fakes the pass and fires the 3. So he's 0 for 2 from long range. Sato the long rebound. And now McIntyre wants to reset things with a new shot clock. 2-0 CSKA at Siena. McIntyre, good pass inside for Eze, blocked by Terrence Morris. Morris, one of the best shot blockers normally in EuroLeague. Doesn't have a lot of them this year, only about half a block a game.
Well, his minutes are down a little bit, but a terrific defensive player, and of course did a nice move that time of picking up on the rotation.
How about that ball movement? But the open 3 won't go. Morris is there for the putback off the Holden miss.
Yeah, Morris, very, very dangerous on the offensive boards. Did a nice job there. No block out by Siena.
Henry Dommerkant, he's guarded by Trajan Längdon. Now to the hands of Sato. Contested jumper, almost threw it over the backboard. Now it'll come the other way with Holden. No numbers for CSKA, so they will set up.
Well, CSKA will try to control the tempo of this ball game. Siena, of course, will look to run a little bit more, but they work the ball in. And Šишkauskas misses the shot.
Had a good look at it. Tried to alter the shot around the defense. Couldn't get it to fall. Now 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Siena still scoreless. Splitting the defense was McIntyre and gets the roll on the pull-up.
Did a terrific job, as you said, Mark, splitting the defense and pulled up with a nice little jumper at the foul line. A terrific young player. Absolutely a great score for a point guard.
Here's Hrypa holding out front. Versatile forward. High post now to Morris. Now it's in the hands of Holden. Längdon still has yet to take a shot. Step back from the corner. Hits a tough one.
Well, we know he can do. He can really shoot the basketball. That was good defense. This is a better offensive step back there by Längdon.
Dommerkant looking for a friend. He's given up the dribble. Now it's McIntyre. JR holding on him. Good matchup of point guards there. Dommerkant off the screen. Wants to pull up from 10. Hrypa the rebound.
And Siena not shooting the ball well early here. CSKA doing a good job on the defensive boards. And that's going to be, I think, one of the keys is who controls the boards here throughout the ball game.
Siena starting 1 for 6 from the field. Holden, quickness matchup, goes right by Lawrinovich. Now Hrypa will try the 3 from the corner. Air ball. (6-2) halfway through the first quarter. Siena shooting very poorly. they're nearly turning it over as Hrяпа knocked it away. It will stay with Montepaschi Siena inbounding underneath. 9 on the shot clock.
And I can't stress enough the defense that is being played really by both teams here early on that is causing some of this poor shooting. A lot of pressure, hands in the face.
Lavrinovich sends it back out. Shot clock was expiring, and a desperation three was off the mark, as you'd expect from near midcourt. That was Макинтайр. So again, the defense continues. 8 points scored in over 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, and they just really are forcing the offensive team out of their set offense and making everything difficult in terms of getting good high percentage shots.
Längdon gets into the lane. Tough floater, won't go. Rebound Lavrinovich. Either coach tempted to go to the bench earlier than normal. And an offensive foul on Benjamin Eze. So wipe away that shot.
Nice pass, and there's a good defense. Šишkauskas really getting and planting his feet and absorbing the contact. And there we saw Макинтайр from a couple plays back where he just splits the defense and pulls up at the foul line uncontested and hits the shot. And
that's just the one basket that Montepaschi Siena has. They have 4 times as many turnovers as baskets. There is Smodis, who has just checked in off the CSKA bench as their first substitute, misses his first opportunity. Eze couldn't hold on to it. The steal by Längdon up ahead. Hrяпа reverses it home, and CSKA Moscow with a dominating defensive performance has an 8-2 lead in Siena. You're watching EuroLeague basketball on ESPN. Welcome back to EuroLeague basketball on ESPN. Montepaschi Siena with the basketball, down 8-2 in the opening 6+ minutes versus CSKA Moscow. Terrell Mackintyre now owns both of Siena's hoops. That's a 3, and he cuts the deficit down to 3.
Well, he finally got a good high percentage shot, got his feet set, and you know, was able to go ahead and knock down that shot. But
good look for Šишkauskas, who has come out cold for CSKA Moscow.
Well, Siena certainly has been tied here in the opening, but you got to give CSKA a lot of credit because they played very good defense.
Rimantas Koukinis just into the game, guilty of a travel in the lane. So the 6th turnover, 6 turnovers and 2 baskets for Siena.
Yeah, we're going to take another look here. He suffers that feet, and I think it was a pretty good call by the official. But those turnovers are really hurting Siena right now. 6 already, and you know what, 7 minutes?
Yeah, 6 and 7 minutes. Only got 2 baskets. They're shooting 2 of 8 from the field, so it's just not anything close to a decent start for them. But the good news is they're only down 3. Here's Hrяпа, the baseline drive. Kicks it out to the corner. Planinic misses on the 3. Stounruк just into the game. The rebound for Siena. Terrell Mackintyre, there's the numbers. Combined, these teams are 1 for 8 from 3-point range. The only make from Mackintyre, and there's the foul on Planinic on the Koukinis drive.
We'll take another look. He just, Koukinis rather, he really sells it.
Speaking of selling.
Yeah, he didn't get the call.
2:44 to go in the first quarter. It is Montepaschi Siena ball underneath in their green home uniform. Šишkauskas goes to the bench after the cold start for CSKA. Mackintyre to Stounruк. Stounruck straight down the lane and fouled by Terrence Morris.
Yeah, nice drive. Sees the opening, goes right to the basket. We'll take another look there. And there's the foul, of course, by Morris. You know, both these teams, of course, went to the Final Four last year. Siena getting 3rd place, CSKA winning it all. So both of these teams know each other pretty well. They're very, very competitive and have a lot of great, talented, skilled players. Siena is a very athletic team, has a great deal of quickness, and CSKA is CSKA. CSKA just has a number of very good, talented, a lot of depth on this team. They've been there before. They're experienced. So both these teams really are favorites to get to the Final Four this year.
Smodis inside. Gets the feed from Längdon and dunks it home for a 5-point CSKA advantage.
Yeah, Smodis flashing from the weak side underneath the basket. Nice move with moving without the basketball.
And a foul away from the ball. That'll go on Trajan Längdon as he bumped Koukinas, his first. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mackintyre running it on top. Gives to Stounruck. Sato being forced away from the basket. Now takes it down the lane. The finger roll won't go, so another empty trip for Montepaschi Siena. Just 5 points in more than 8 minutes.
But I liked the shot. I thought it was a good high percentage shot, and I liked the ability of Sato to get down the lane and get a decent shot, something they've had trouble with thus far here in the first quarter.
A foul away from the ball as Smodis was sent to the floor. No penalty situation yet, so no bonus to be shot. 1:45 to go in the quarter. CSKA looking to add to the 10-5 lead. Planinic down for Smodis in a post-up. Working against Lorbek. Into the lane, tries to send it back out. Längdon hangs and can't hit. Stounruck tips to himself for another rebound.
And once again, CSKA does not get a good high percentage shot. A lot of pressure that time was put on Längdon.
Koukinas the drive, and he was fouled by Trajan Längdon. So Langdon's picked up a couple quick ones here late first quarter.
And we're going to see there's the pass in as Koukinas comes from the weak side, flashing from the weak side. Längdon trailing the play, and of course he now has 2 fouls and will have to sit out.
Nicholas Zisis comes in to replace him. 4th team foul on CSKA. This is shooting foul. And Koukinas gets the roll for his first point of the game.
A very good free throw shooter at 85%. He's really a key player coming off the bench. He's an outstanding three-point shooter and a scorer. Has had a terrific year thus far, averaging 14 points a game.
And has not started a single game, but does play heavy minutes for off the bench. 28 minutes per game. This now is 11th EuroLeague contest. So he's missed a couple during the course of the year. Here's Morris in a post-up. Goes for the turnaround over Stounruck, who rips away the rebound. Mackintyre on the run, but no numbers. Still tries to penetrate and gets all the way to the hole.
Boy, great crossover dribble that time, leaving Holden just sitting there watching as Mackintyre went right down the lane and laid it up.
40 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Planinic out front. Gives to Zissis. Baseline drive. Tried to find the cutting Morris. Threw it away. It'll be a backcourt violation. And there's still almost 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
And Zissis get up in the air. Didn't know what to do with the basketball. Threw it out. And I think Siena's doing a nice job of staying at home on the three-point shooters. Zissis had nowhere to throw the ball to. CSKA, of course, is an outstanding three-point shooting team. They have not had a three-point shot made yet thus far. And Siena is really staying at home and closing out on those three-point shooters.
Koukinas operating down low and scores. Siena now has their first lead.
A great individual one-on-one move that time by Koukinas.
5 seconds to go in the quarter. Tough shot won't go for Holden. Rebound Sato. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Low scoring, but Siena guts out a 1-point lead. And welcome back to EuroLeague basketball on ESPN. This is a top 16 matchup in the 3rd week of the 6 games played in the top 16. Oh, what a beautiful half-court set. Stounruck finds the cutting backdoor Koukinas.
Just a terrific backdoor play. Was set up there, of course, at the break. And it was executed beautifully, and a nice easy layup by Koukinas, who's really starting to give Siena a nice lift off the bench.
It is now an 8-0 run for Montepaschi Siena. Sean Stounruck picking up his first foul at the other end.
Well, we're going to take another look here I think here, oh no, this is the foul, okay.
Yep, just a slight little elbow flared by Stounruk. Barely see it, but the officials did. This is Arizona Lorbek into the game. Hands to the cutting Planinich. Drives it all the way.
Yeah, it comes off the screen there. No one picks him up, and Planinich goes right to the hoop. But you get the feeling that Siena, who came out here, was very, very tight, was not shooting the ball early. Now settling down a little bit.
They sure are. There's a three from Sato off the Koukinas penetration.
In the first few minutes of this ball game, it was all CSKA. They were in control, but now Siena has settled down and they're playing basketball the way they know how and they're capable. A great defensive anticipation by Sato there with the interception.
McIntyre drives the lane, gets the contact, and he'll have 2 free throws. Foul on Lorbeck. You know, Gail, Siena turned it over 6 times in the first 5 minutes, haven't turned it over since.
Yeah, and that really has hurt them very early. But they, you know, you're absolutely right. The turnovers, I mean, can you just imagine if they didn't turn the ball over? But here they're moving the basketball well, hit the open man. Sato gets a nice shot from the perimeter. And then McIntyre goes down the lane. This is a guy that is, you know, he's very clever, very quick. He's a tough guard, only about 5'9", 5'10". Was all Euro second team last year. And he really makes this Siena team go. He had 24 points last week, and he's going to have to be contained if CSKA is going to come out the victors tonight.
18-12 now as the run continues. 13-2 is the run. Largest lead of the game now. 6, which matches CSKA's earlier lead at 8-2. Here's Holden.
And Siena's doing a nice job defensively here, really making it difficult to get anything at all on the offensive end for CSKA.
Tough turnaround is short for Lorbeck. So a chance for Montepaschi Siena to improve this 13-2 run. The lob inside from who hammers it down.
Just a terrific two-man game there run by McIntyre and Easy. Easy, very active, very quick.
A 15-2 run for Siena. 20-12, courtesy of a 15-2 Siena run. This is Zisis out front. Now it's Hryapa. 8 on the shot clock. More good defense from Siena. Now inside for Lorbeck, who's tied up and fouled by Koukinas.
Koukinas, that was a good foul given that time. Lorbeck had the nice inside position at 6'10", the ability to just rise, and Koukinas makes a foul, forces CSKA now to take the ball out of bounds.
Marco Carraretto coming in, number 9 for Siena, replacing Romain Sato. Holden looking for Šишkaускas, who's been held scoreless so far. Now Holden going to reset things out front. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. But CSKA's going in the wrong direction. Šишkauskas has it knocked away. Gets it to Holden. 5 on the shot clock. Little leader comes out. Tipped around and controlled by Koukinas. Now on the run out. Gets it back from McIntyre, but couldn't hold on.
Well, a great opportunity for Siena that was lost that time. Again, the turnover.
This time Holden can convert on the drive for his first basket. Almost 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. And a 20-14 Montepaschi Siena lead over the defending champions of EuroLeague, CSKA Moscow. McIntyre again. He is in control of this Siena offense. Carraretto. Tough shot won't go. I'll see if CSKA can start getting back in this one. They've had a number of bad possessions in a row here. Šишkauskas with a beautiful look at a 3, and he couldn't hit.
Well, he is off tonight in terms of his shooting. We've seen him so many times been able to knock that kind of shot down.
Koukinas answers at the other end. And an 8-point lead matches the largest.
And how big has he been off the bench? He's really given Siena a terrific offensive lift here coming off the bench.
Šишkauskis will try the drive. Has to kick it back out. Tip to Hrяпа. Now Lorbek down low. Contact. Puts it in. No whistle.
Easy wanting the foul. Wasn't there. We'll take a look. Here's Lorbek all alone underneath. The jump in. Could have been called a foul, offensive foul, but I thought that he was moving.
Maybe even inside that little semicircle there. Hard to tell from either of those replays. Längdon comes back in with 6 minutes to go in the half with the 2 personal fouls. Šишkauskis struggling with his shot, goes to the bench.
Yes, Šишkauskis has not scored yet. Längdon only 2 points. So both of those players really need to score for CSKA. They're a big part of the offense.
Yes, they average almost 24 points per game between them. Here's Koukinas. Mismatch with the big man on him. Takes him right to the basket, but blocked by the helping Hrяпа.
Hrяпа did a terrific job helping from the weak side that time. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. There we see great timing, great individual help that time.
Koukinas has to hurry, and he cannot get the shot off in time. So 5:36 to go in the first half. Montepaschi Siena.
And another turnover for Siena.
They've had a couple in the last few minutes after going a long streak.
Normally, with these many turnovers here, you would think that they would be on the losing end of the score, but they're not.
Holden slipped down, almost lost it, surrounded, taken away by Stounruk.
Great hustle play that time by Siena.
Now they get into their offense. Koukinas brings it back out. Karraretto into the hands. And a foul away from the ball. They're going to get Zisis, second on the team.
There's a little push. Oh, he's holding. There we see wrapped arm wrapped around Stounruk, who really couldn't move. So Zissis gets called for the hold.
Ariel McDonald just into the game, running the point right now for Siena. Karraretto gives out front. Domеркант back into the hands of McDonald. 8 on the shot clock. Not much happening so far on this possession for Siena. Stounruк, though, has the baseline and takes it by Hrяпа, who gives up the foul.
Good, quick move, long first step that time by Stounruк as he catches the ball and then really has the penetration drive. Hrяпа was left with nothing to do but make the foul.
Now Messina looking on passively for the moment as Stounruк gets on the board, making his first free throw, pushes the lead up to 7. It's as high as 8 on a couple of occasions. 5 rebounds already for Stounruк to go along with his 2 points.
He is really known for a rebounder. Averages 5.6 rebounds a game. Plays 26 minutes. Gets a lot of minutes. Not much of a score, but he helps defensively, and he's a very intense and rugged player.
Henry Domерkant picks up his first foul.
There's the arm, the push.
Tried to fight through that screen. Used too much hands. Holden will go to the bench right now in the final 4:24. Šишkauskis, look at him. He has just really struggled. Planinic coming back into the lineup.
CSKA has really struggled offensively. They only have 16 points this whole quarter. I mean, there's Šишkauskis going down. But look at how they move the basketball. But then look how they recover. A great individual move that time by Smodis, though.
Actually, Lorbek on that one for his second. Lorbek, one of the big acquisitions in the offseason for CSKA. They tried to replace David Anderson. And they did that by grabbing him. They also got Terrence Morris up front as well in the offseason.
Yeah, they made some great acquisitions during the summer. What a beautiful individual move that time by Lorbek on the low block.
Losing, of course, the heart and soul in Theo Papaloukas. But coming back with a very competitive squad. Easy from out front.
Easy with the little catch and shoot from the mid-range jumper area. Known really for a board man. Not much of a scorer, shooter, but he can knock down those little jump shots.
Good ball movement for CSKA. They got Lorbek on the block, one-on-one. Well defended by Stounruk, and it's over to Siena.
And Lorbek was looking for the foul. Didn't get the call.
Letting them play down there on the block. McDonald directing traffic. Now it's in the hands of Dommerkant. Easy up there to screen for him. Dommerkant draws 3 defenders and was bumped. It's going to go against Smodis.
We're going to see here the last individual. A little body contact that time. Not a lot, though. And you're not going to get that call. You've got to put the ball in the basket at that level.
There's the conversation saying straight up.
He was straight up. I think he moved in a little bit underneath, but again, you're not going to get that call. You got to go up with it strong.
Yeah. Lorbeck was drifting a little away from the basket and not rewarded for that. That's fair enough. Off the air ball and taken away by Längdon.
Again, not a good shot that time by McDonald, but Easy had the inside position.
Lawrence the drive. Count the basket and the foul on McDonald.
Yeah, too easy if I'm Siena on that one there. The really Easy doesn't really switch out and force him wide. He just takes and turns the corner. McDonald reaches, but Lawrinovich goes right to the basket for the easy layup.
Simone Gianniani not enjoying that one from his seat on the Siena bench.
And that is quite understandable. That's just too easy.
Lawrinovich completes the three-point play, cuts the deficit down to 5. Montepaschi Siena really grabbing control of this game late first quarter. There's a quick move by Easy down on the block and another foul on Smodis.
Boy, you really saw the quickness that time by Easy and what he possesses there. He just turns and just quickly moves. He feels Smodis and then just turns on him, gets in the inside position.
Real nice look at it there. The quick move by Easy. And he'll get to the free throw line for 2 shots. 2:25 to go in the first half.
Again, not known for his offensive scoring, but he's starting to score a little bit more. Did so last week. A very poor free throw shooter, however. But he's in there to rebound and to block shots and to intimidate the drivers on the defensive end.
Easy is a 51% free throw shooter in EuroLeague action and makes 1 of 2, which is just about right. Lawrinovich starts the offense to Smodis. With a cutting Šишkauskas in traffic, has to push it back out for Lawrinovich. Now the screen from Smodis. Lawrinovich, Smodis open for 3 in the corner. That won't go. Morris, the offensive rebound, his second offensive rebound of the game. Other than that, he's been fairly quiet. Does have a hoop from the first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Längdon with McIntyre on him, lost the ball, dives to save it. 3 on the shot clock. Šишkauskas has to launch from way out there. That one won't go. And there's going to be a foul on Stounruck of Siena as he tried to keep Morris away from the rebound.
And he had the inside position, so I'm a little puzzled with that call. But, you know, Siena just does not look quick. We're going to take another look and see. I don't see where Stounruck did really anything. He had the inside position. If anything, Morris is coming over the top. But Mark, Siena just doesn't look good offensively. They don't really have the quickness that Siena has, and they are struggling with their offensive set tonight. Where's the foul? I don't see it.
I mean, unless it happened way before that, I got to agree with you. When you got inside position, it's awful hard for you to be the one that's reaching. And that's what they call, which is what we see doesn't seem to support that call. In any event, it is Morris at the line And Morris hits the second free throw, give him 3 points in the game. And it's a 2-point Siena lead. Rather, 5-point Siena lead, 27-22. Domеркант lost it in the lane, scrambling to try and get it back. He's surrounded. A held ball is called, and the possession arrow belongs to CSKA. Domерkant wants a foul.
We're going to take another look there. He just loses the basketball. There's no foul there. Now they scramble, but there was no reach in whatsoever. And Siena, again, another turnover. Where would they be without all those turnovers?
Double-digit lead. Right now it's 5 with 1:17 to go in the first half. Lawrence running the point for now, but losing it as well for the moment. Now inside 10 on the shot clock. Lawrence spins in the lane. Wild shot won't go, and the rebound Lawrinovich.
And nothing for CSKA that time down.
And another turnover, Gail, as Макинтайр tried to force it up court. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in a moment. 27-22. Yes, a halftime score. Low-scoring affair at Palasports Mensana in Siena, the home of Montepaschi Siena, as they play host to the defending EuroLeague champion CSKA Moscow. Mark Brown along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. It'll be interesting to see if CSKA can do something here in the third quarter after a very rough first half. Montepaschi Siena with the basketball to start the third quarter. Koukinas getting the start in the second half, and he made the drive, put it in the hands of Sato, who rises and hits in the lane.
Boy, what great athletic ability Sato has there. A great leaper, that 38-inch vertical leap. He goes right into the lane and then jumps over the defender. And Mark, you know, we've watched CSKA a number of times, and this is just they are really having a bad ball game tonight as the ball goes through and out of bounds on another turnover. This is a team that averages 7 points a game. They got 22 at halftime. But you got to give Siena credit. Siena is really playing defensively, very, very good basketball. They're contesting everything, and I'm really impressed with the fact that they're getting out and closing out on the shooters. And when was the last time we saw that CSKA didn't have a three-point make in the first half?
0 for 7. Макинтайр the offensive rebound, tip pass to Koukinas for the lay-in. 9-point lead, largest of the game for either team.
And Koukinas, again, showing his ability to score. The guy knows how to score the basketball. He makes himself available and just is always around the basketball and knows the angles. Just a good, smart player.
Hryapa drives and drops it in for the first hoop of the second half for CSKA. CSKA Moscow getting only 2 points from its high-scoring backcourt tandem of Lëngdon and Šишkauskas in the first half. Incredible.
And then, again, as a team, they only shot 41% to 50% for Siena. But you're right, 0 for 7 for three-point range. They are just not making their shots.
Šишkauskas the drive. He was bumped by Sato, who owns up to it with 8:09 to go in the third quarter. 7-point lead for Siena. Had a phenomenal regular season in Group B. Went 8-2, but didn't win the group. 9-1. Barcelona, best record in the regular season of all the EuroLeague groups belonging to Barcelona. But Montepaschi Siena, very strong. 7-3 for CSKA to win their group in the regular season, Group C, at 7-3.
Well, you know, they have had some injuries. There's no question about it. Holden was out with a broken hand for a while. Šишkauskas was out. Savasenko is still out.
That'll be the third foul on Lëngdon.
Boy, really great hands and anticipation that time by Макинтайр. And then Lëngdon comes over the back, and that's his third. He's probably going to have to sit down.
Well, you don't see too many guys pick the pocket of J.R. Holden. He's usually pretty solid with a basketball.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's been a terrific player for CSKA for a number of years and, of course, has a deal of experience. But Макинтайр is pretty clever. He's very quick. and did a terrific job on the defensive end that time.
So Längdon does leave the game. Zisis in for him. This is Kaukenas against Šишkauskis. Little Lithuanian matchup for you there out front. Now they switch it. Hrяпа will try to stay with him with 5 on the shot clock. Kaukenas launching from 3, and it'll be a foul and a rebounding action against Zisис, who ends up on his back. Looked like Sato might have pushed, but we'll see.
Well, they're both. Look, he's holding, and Sato was pushing it. But you really see the strength of Sato, who just really overpowers Zisис down low. They called Zisis for the foul for Holden. He is really a big mismatch if you get Sato and Zisis down low.
Макинтайр into the hands of Sato on the drive. Šишkauskas will pick up the foul.
And again, you get Sato out on the wing area, and here he just catches the ball, moves left right away using his quickness, and he's by Šишkauskas. The bigger Šишkauskas just can't move his feet fast enough to stay with him.
Now Zisис will try his turn, looking for some help from Smodis, who closes down nicely. Lawrinovic off the dribble, misses, got his own rebound, and banks it in.
Boy, what determination, and great offensive rebound that time, and the putback.
Offensive rebounding story. It's pretty even. Now the steal. Макинтайр. A little trouble with the handle, and we're going to get a double dribble.
Yep. Got carried away just a little bit too much. Another turnover. That's 3 turnovers by McIntyre alone, which is a little unusual, but it's another turnover for Siena. Siena had 11 turnovers at the halftime break, and that's mounting. But they're doing such a terrific job on the defensive end that's really kept them in.
Absolutely.
Ball game. There is another steal.
With a 9-point lead, they can push it to double digits. Nobody's had a double-digit lead yet. Remember, in the opening moments, there was an 8-2 CSKA lead off the top as Montepaschi Siena started 1 for 6 from the field with 5 turnovers. Those days long gone. And how about the long gun right there from Terrell McIntyre? The deep 3 pushes the lead to a dozen.
Yeah, terrific three-point shooter. Comes off the pick. No defensive switch whatsoever, and takes it and shoots the basketball. He is a real big threat at the three-point range. Smodis driving to the hoop that time. The nice little hesitation move and goes right to the hoop. Little breakdown for Siena on the defensive end.
Still a 10-point game. Leading scorer in the game, 12 points for Terrell McIntyre. Also in double digits, Kaukenas has 10. And now another turnover for Siena. Kaukenas seems to have been arguing his case since he came into the game. But that said, he's been getting it done offensively as well with the double-digit night off the bench, which is normal for him. He's the leading scorer on the team. 14 points a game off the bench. Kaukenas helping to lead the way for Siena with a 10-point advantage over CSKA in the third. Welcome back to EuroLeague basketball on ESPN. CSKA down 10 points. Nice move inside, though, from Terrace Morris, who reverses it home.
And CSKA getting a good high percentage shot, something that they've really struggled with thus far here in this ball game, but that was a good one. And then they were going to get a pick here.
Easy called for the illegal screen.
Yeah, he's moving a little bit too much that time. What you said, he comes off and he takes out Planovic with his movement. Easy call for the official.
Easy call on easy. So CSKA now, they've scored on their last 2 possessions. And there's the defense by Kaukenas. Thought he had a clean block up front on Šишkauskas. But Šишkauskas still scoreless. Will try to get on the board from the line.
We're going to see here, there's the catch up there. A little foul. He didn't like it. There was a good block. But I think he got caught with the body a little bit. He now has 3. He's going to probably sit down. But CSKA, the last couple of times, have been able to get the ball into the paint area and get some good high percentage shots.
And that's the first point of the game for Šишkauskas with half the third quarter gone.
Yeah, he's obviously a key on the offensive end, and he's going to have to step it up, as is Längdon. Šишkauskas, of course, averages 11 points a game, had 14 last week. In fact, CSKA has really dominated their first two games here in the top 16 thus far in Group H, but not today.
Nice movement there as Easy lays it in off this pass from Stounruk. That stops what was a mini 6-0 CSKA run. Back up to an 8-point advantage.
Great execution that time by Siena, and Easy coming from the weak side after he set a pick, another pass, the second pass, and just really, you saw his quickness of getting to the basket, and really no one from CSKA can stay with him.
Another empty trip for CSKA.
Yeah, Smodis is just not quick enough for Easy out there.
Foul out front on CSKA. Planinic
trying to fight over the screen. And what Siena is doing, they're bringing Easy out, setting the pick for the pick and roll, and then he's going to the basket, and sometimes they pass now. Then he rolls right to the basket. We see him there now. He'll come back out. He'll set the screen. Makintair come out. He goes to the basket. Makintair sets back and fires the three that time. But good options, a good teamwork, and good two-man game that time.
A 10-point advantage, 14 points for Terrell Makintair. Great position down low. Smodis misses from point-blank range. Even when they have opportunities, they can't seem to do anything with them. Stounruck left alone on top. Can't hit the three. Sato somehow gets it tipped out off of Šишkauskas, who argues his case. Siena's going to keep the ball here.
Siena is just quicker to the basketball right now. I mean, they are really starting to dominate this ball game, and Šишkauskas really just go get the basketball on the rebound. You're going to take another look at it. Here's the wide open shot, slow rotation, goes out, and Šишkauskas tips it out. I think that was a good call, and he was just he's got to be more aggressive and just go get the basketball. Don't depend on the official to make a call.
Makintair fouled out front by Planinic. Picks up another one with 3:08 to go in the quarter.
And we see Makintair here step back on Zissis. Again, Zissis just not quick enough to stay with Makintair. In fact, I don't see anybody out there quick enough to stay with him. A Holden maybe, but right now Holden is sitting on the bench.
Third foul on Planinic. He will go sit on the bench for CSKA as well, as they struggle to find scoring from anywhere. Meanwhile, Makintair continues to add to his totals. Šишkauskas has missed some shots, but really, Siena seems to be making Šишkauskas into a passer, really. They're not allowing him to get anything off.
No, they really have concentrated on shutting him down. I think that also the same with Längdon. And right now, this is at a very important time for CSKA because they're down 12, and their body language looks to be a little deflated, and mentally you wonder if they're getting really into this ball game. But it's all Siena right now.
There's a little bit of an answer from Holden. It's a three that cuts it back into single digits, but a game completely controlled by Siena.
And that's the first three-point make by CSKA in this ball game.
It's their first 7 before Holden hits that one there. Now a foul out front. Morris and Zissis.
Here he comes off the big. Zissis just runs through the screen. Again, a step behind on the defensive end. And Messina is just wondering, where is this CSKA team that he knows? Because they are not playing good basketball right now. Technically, they're not good. Mentally, they seemed a little defeated. And right now, they're down 11, and they've got to pick this effort up if they're going to get back in this ball game. They're on the road. 2:28 left to go in the third quarter. It's now time to start to perform.
Holden was fouled on the drive-in. Encountered Stounruck, who committed the foul.
And both coaches seem to be a little upset. Pianiani, of course, on the defensive end for allowing Holden to get into the to the lane, and then I think Messina's a little upset with the execution of his offense and how they're really attacking this Siena defense.
6 points for Holden, and he gets the free throws. Cut it back to 9, but it has been 9, 12, 10, 12 again. That's what CSKA's been bumping up against. Cannot get any closer. This is Morris Finley into the game, getting his first action. He will jack a three and hit for Siena.
And now you start to think, well, is everything going right for Siena? And yes, it is. As Finley comes in and just right away knocks down a three.
There's the numbers. CSKA 1 for 9 from three-point range. One of many things that's just been killing them, but mostly it's been the defense like that, as Easy nearly gets a steal, but does disrupt the offense. 5 on the clock.
Now here we see the individual move. He gets Morris to back up and then just stops and quickly shoots over with the great release. But look at the effort that time.
Dommerkamp, not easy.
By Dommerkamp, out there 25 feet away from the basket, with the deflection.
Shot clock down to 1. Fading is Holden. Can't hit the shot clock violation with 1:39 to go in the third. Siena will take the ball back with their 12-point lead.
And that's just not being aware of the shot clock. They had the ball out of bounds. They knew that there wasn't much time on the clock, and you've got to get a better shot than that 25-footer falling away.
Stounruk gives to Finley. Under a minute and a half to go. Finley off the screen, gives it up. Stounruk screens for Dommerkamp. Dommerkamp wants the drive. Goes at Morris and puts it in off the window for a 14-point lead, highest of the game.
And sure power and strength that time is Dommerkamp just going right to Morris and just using his strength, feels the contact, and then lays it up.
Opening up inside is Morris.
And a defensive breakdown that time by Siena. Both players going after the cutter, and the screener just rolling to the basket. No one there. Good recognition by CSKA for the easy dunk.
Finley running the point here in the final moments of the third quarter. 37 seconds to go. Sato with 6 on the shot clock. Wants a three. Side of the rim. Stounruck chases down. Tries to save it in. And a foul against CSKA. More white jerseys were around it, but the black and green of Siena has dominated.
We're taking care of a prior play, as there is the double switch out, and then Morris just left all alone underneath the basket. Good recognition by Holden.
One of the few times when Siena has been made to pay for all the attention to Šишkauskas.
In this last plays in which Zisis got fouled, we saw the athletic ability and his jumping ability. That ball was thrown up for really anybody. There were 3 white jerseys around the basket, but Easy just goes up and with great hands and strength in those hands, just grabs the ball, comes down and gets fouled. And that's just effort.
Siena, that effort being shown there as well in getting to the free throw line, more than double the amount that CSKA has gotten there. Finley the steal. And the layup. The lead is 16 with 8 seconds to go.
Again, great anticipation that time. And look, they're contesting every pass right now.
And knocked it out of bounds off Šишkauskas, so a chance to add to the lead with under 3 seconds to go in the third. Well, it's a smile of a coach who's got to be loving his team's effort and everything going his way. That'll do it for the third quarter. A dominating quarter for Montepaschi Siena. They've got the defending champs on the ropes heading for the fourth quarter. Ready to start the fourth quarter. CSKA Moscow down their largest deficit of the day, 16 at the hands of Montepaschi Siena. It's Siena, Italy. Mark Brown along with the Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich as CSKA has it to start the fourth quarter. Längdon is back in. He's been saddled with fouls and has made just 1 basket in the ball game. The Siena defense continuing to be tough. Morris gets free, but blocked by Easy. 4 on the shot clock. And a travel on Längdon.
We're seeing a terrific team effort on the defense there. A terrific block by Easy, but they are just putting a lot of pressure on CSKA and the team. Everybody is swarming around the ball. Great weak side help, great rotation.
Sato to Easy on the baseline. And he gets the roll. 11 in the game for Easy, who averages 6.
Again, a good little medium range 8-10 foot jump shot. That's what Zissis can hit. He plays within himself, and he's just really doing a terrific job right now.
Morris inside, can't hit, still after it. Count the basket and the foul on Sato. Morris trying his best to bring his team back, but it hasn't been nearly enough.
Well, he did a nice job that time of cutting from the weak side initially to get the ball. Has a good height advantage over Sato. Puts it up, doesn't get it, stays with it. He's a terrific offensive rebound, and Sato is just mismatched there if he allows Morris to get inside position and come from the weak side, which he did that time.
Terrence Morris becomes the first CSKA player to double digits. He's got 10 on the game.
Well, you know, look, we're in the fourth quarter, and CSKA only has 40 points. I mean, when was the last time that happened?
Shooting 38% from the field. That Siena defense you've been talking about it all game, Gail, has been just fantastic.
Well, it really has. I mean, it's very evident here, and Siena just has really more quickness right now than CSKA. And of course, you know, the momentum is really in their favor. They're playing very confident right now. And on the other hand, CSKA looks a little defeated.
Long three won't go for Finley. Tipped out of bounds by Morris, so Siena will keep the ball.
And see, now there's an opportunity there with a foot jump shot from the outside, and only one Siena player going to the get a rebound that time. There were a couple of CSKA players. You got to go up and grab that defensive rebound. I mean, you can't give teams second and third attempts, and you know, now Siena gets to come out and set it up. And
no basket there. The foul before, the fourth on Planovich.
Yeah, Planovich comes out, and again, there you see Dommerkamp just really quicker than Planovich. Planovich slow to move his feet, picks up his fourth. He's probably going to sit down now, and of course, he has been a terrific player off the bench thus far for CSKA this year, but he's really been contained here tonight, as all of the players for CSKA have been.
Here's Макинтайр just back into the game. 16 points. He hasn't missed a shot of any kind, 3-2 or free throw. He has been so strong offensively. There's Kaukenas, blocked by the helping Hrяпа, but Easy is there to follow it in.
Yeah, Easy, again, just makes a living around those offensive boards, and just takes the basket, that rebound all by himself, goes right back up, and not a lot of help from anybody from CSKA trying to get that rebound.
Hrяпа in the post, can't get it to go. Holden out front. Leaves for Morris, fouled by Stounruk, and it'll be called intentional, it looks like, so this could be a 2 in the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark. It's going to be here. Holden does a just job of getting into the paint, and I don't know if that really is an intentional foul. I don't like that call at all. I think Stounruк was really just trying to recover. There was, you know, some hard contact, and that's the way he plays. I don't like that call. It's foul, yes, but not intentional.
And Morris, the miss. So it will be 2 shots and the ball.
But, you know, that was one of the few times that Holden's been able to really get into the paint area and get any kind of penetration against this Siena defense. Once he did, he broke down the defense. He had Morris coming from the weak side there. But they're down 17. They're going to have to really pick things up here. It's getting late.
Längdon. Offensive foul. Макинтайр stepped in and drew it.
We're going to see here again. There's 3 players right around. Easy gets the block.
Yeah.
But he just, again, that's forcing the action, forcing the play. Längdon should have been pulling up and taking the short little jumper. That's his 4th. He sits down. He has really been not a factor tonight at all.
Gail, we've talked about they've taken away almost everything. That was a perfect chance to look at it. You had Easy blocking it up top while McIntyre drawing a charge down low. Yeah, either way.
Exactly. Again, another turnover for CSKA. But both teams have turned the ball over tonight. But Siena has just been terrific defensively. We're going to take another look. Here he goes. There's 2-3 players. Here comes McIntyre from the weak side. He gets the charge. Easy gets the block. I mean, there was just nothing there.
Dommerkant misses on the long one, but a 17-point lead for Montepaschi Siena. Just over 7 minutes to go. Lorbek down low, spins and lays it in.
Yeah, that was a terrific move there by Lorbek. A nice pick and roll again with Holden running the point. Easy comes over. He really gets faked out by a great fake there by Lorbek. One of the few good executions that CSKA has had tonight.
That one off the mark. Zisis coming up the other way for CSKA. They've been completely dominated in this game. 6.5 to go, a 15-point deficit. And a turnover. McIntyre splits the defense at the free throw line.
That's his first shot he's missed, I believe.
It is.
And I think he might have got hit on the head.
He might have.
He's signaling to the official.
J.R. Holden pull up from the baseline. Follow tip won't go for Lorbek. Now McIntyre again splits the defense. Lavrinovich into the hands of Koukinas. Mismatch here. The center, Lorbek, is out there on him. Koukinas wants the floor spread. Wants to take it at him. Goes right by him. Lays it in with a left. Plus the foul.
That was a clinic. An absolute clinic of a guard. One-on-one against a big man. He's exposed out there. Lorbek, he reaches. He goes right around him. Goes all the way. The help comes late. Lays it up. Gets the foul. An absolute clinic on one-on-one play there by Koukinas against the big man.
Now a chance to complete the three-point play. Koukinas with a dozen on the game. Make it 13. And a lead up to 19, establishing a new high water mark in this ball game.
But Siena, of course, is very, very impressive tonight, and they just keep pouring on right now. And really, that point differential that sometimes comes into play may come into play is as to who the winner of Group H is at the end of the day. These two teams, of course, in 2 weeks go to Moscow to play a rematch, which obviously will be an important ball game. But this point differential could be important at the end of the top 16 to see who wins this division. So there's no let up here by Siena.
And a travel by Lorbek. Coming into the game, Moscow atop Group H with a 2-0 record. Montepaschi Siena at 1-1, but clearly looks like they'll be tied at 2-1 if things continue along this form. Moscow coming in, though, as a plus 44 in points, and Siena had a 1-point advantage. But this game, depending on the outcome, will tighten that up considerably. Meanwhile, Koukinas continues to do damage. He's got 15 in the game.
Well, Siena right now on the offensive end is being able to do anything they want to do as Koukinas comes off a pin down roll and rolls to the basket.
Lavrinovich the steal. 17 turnovers forced by Siena.
And then right now, Siena, they're just pouring it on. I mean, this is against a very good CSKA team.
There's the steal from Šишkauskis, but gave it right back.
That's just not a smart basketball. You got the ball, make one pass, and then make the other pass. Don't try to go for the home run. Just there.
Koukinis missing, taken away by Hryapa. Now Längdon hits a three. It's his first three-pointer of the game, and it comes with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's a second, you said, that's a second three-pointer. Now only 2 for 10 is CSKA on three-point made shots.
Foul away from the ball as Längdon hits the deck. It's going to be on him, and it will be his 5th foul, and he is done for the night. A night that will not go down in his record books as being anything good. 1 for 3 from two-point range. He hit his only three-point attempt, 5 points in 16 minutes and 3 turnovers.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get to see it. There's Sato looking in that time. Längdon trying to step in and draw the foul from the cutter on the weak side, trying to deny that post position. Officials saw it another way.
Lawrinovic hits the first free throw. Trying to get the lead back up to 20. It was 21 moments ago for the highest lead of the game. Quite a statement being made today in Siena by the home team against the defending champs. Of course, the home court's so important, as you pointed out, their tremendous record here. But also, home court's so important in all of European basketball. And despite the dominance we see of Siena, it is no guarantee of success in Moscow.
Well, that's absolutely true. I mean, again, this is a very good CSKA team. They are not playing well tonight, and I'm sure Coach Messina is very, very upset. The effort doesn't seem to be, they're being outplayed both from a technical standpoint, from a physical standpoint, and really from a mental standpoint right now. And it's just not the same CSKA team. So they've got 2 weeks in which there'll be a rematch. They'll go home to Moscow. They'll obviously rethink how they played and try to make some corrections.
20-point deficit. CSKA had a steal here, so a chance to pick up some easy one maybe, but foul out along the sideline by Lawrinovic with under 3 minutes to go. A 20-point deficit. Wouldn't have been a surprise to see Siena win this game. They've got a very good team. Winning it the way they have, I think, is surprised definitely us.
Siena, of course, has been very, very impressive. CSKA has only got 46 points at this point. It's a team that averages, again, 77 points a game, and at the same time, they shoot the ball very, very well. They have not shot the ball particularly well today, particularly from the three-point range, of course. But this is a team that shoots 45% from the three-point range. I think they're, 2 for 10 right now in this ball game. So it's been a really dismal showing and a dismal effort for CSKA tonight.
Foul on CSKA, and it's not as if the poor three-point shooting's been backed up by good two-point shooting. They're under 50%, well under 50% inside the arc as well today. And of course, a testament to that great Siena defense.
Well, again, they've just been a step slow in just about everything, particularly the second half. CSKA has just it's just not the same CSKA team that you and I know.
Part of the brain trust of CSKA, not enjoying this one. Fernando Minucci enjoying it more from the Siena side.
And that fellow right there is not enjoying any part of this ball game.
No, he is not. 2:37 to go. Team down.
And how
20 now.
Yeah, and how good has Koukinis been coming off the bench today? Again, another terrific effort. Do they have a six-man award here in the EuroLeague competition? Because I think he might be be the guy.
14 points a game off the bench, but in some ways, the six-man is in name only.
Well,
he's 28 minutes a game.
Yeah, that's true. He does play a lot, but I think
no starts.
But no starts, and I think it. You look at that position. I think the coach likes to have that guy to come off the bench to give a little spark at some point in the ball game. And he's certainly been the guy for Siena. You know, you think of Manu Ginobili at San Antonio, and you know, he's certainly good enough to start, but he comes off the bench and has, of course, been terrific and successful for the San Antonio Spurs. So I think there's something to said about a guy that can come off the bench. John Havlicek for Boston, you know, was for so many years was the guy.
Yep, you know, it's a concept that's been used with some success in American basketball and the NBA in particular, but for the most part, you're putting your best five on the floor to start the game in the NBA game. There have been those times where teams have been talented enough where they can get that guy, and it certainly happens. In the European teams, it seems to be like automatic. There's going to be a starting caliber player who we're going to bring in off the bench on purpose.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I
think
more prevalent. It's more prevalent, and I think also in the EuroLeague there's more depth that they rely on. And again, McIntyre coming off a screen, uncontested three, and more chances than not, he's going to knock it down. You got to put some pressure on him. But CSKA is really a step slow and the closeout. But McIntyre, he's just a terrific guard. Another great ball game tonight.
That he is. 13.7 points a game for McIntyre, along with 4.7 assists. Those his numbers. Shoots 37% from beyond the arc and 64% inside the arc. So he gets inside there and he gets it done. You know, the littlest guy on the floor as well, about 5'9".
Well, you know, he's very quick. He's very clever. He's left-handed, which of course, I'm a little prejudiced about being left-handed, but he can get into that lane, and he's very tough and very strong for a guy his size, so he can finish.
Yep. And we'll take that pull-up when it's there. He takes good shots, and it's all adding up to a really virtuoso performance for he and his Montepaschi Siena team. Now a 22-point lead, 2 minutes to go.
Well, he makes great decisions, and you know, he certainly is the leader of this Siena team. He was last year, had a great year last year. He followed it up this year, and there's another.
Well, that was one poor decision by him, but hey, when you're having the kind of game he's had, it can't be all perfect.
No. He's got 5 turnovers. You don't like to see that. If you're a coach, but actually Siena's had a lot of turnovers tonight, 19. Normally when you commit 19 turnovers, you're going to be on the losing end. On the other hand, CSKA has almost matched that with 18.
Yep. Zisis, little runner in the lane, goes. It's going to be much too little and much too late. McIntyre has been running this show offensively to great reviews as Hryapa fouling Stounruk way out away from the basket.
Yeah, and not a very good foul. I mean, Stounruk is not a very good free throw shooter. Where's he going there? You know, I think there's a little frustration that time by Hryapa. He's got his 5 now. He's going to sit down.
Maybe he wanted to sit down.
Yeah, you know, he just said, I've had enough, you know. And you really sort of get that with the body language of the CSKA players. And, you know, that's not something that, of course, we haven't really seen. And I'm sure Coach Messina is not really happy with that kind of body language. But they really are defeated. And they've been defeated big time tonight by Siena.
Stounruk misses the second free throw. A 20-point game coming up on 1 minute to go. Šишkauskis, a nightmare game for him. Has not made a shot from the field, scoring only 2 points from the free throw line. Deep in the corner, that won't go for Lorbek.
Siena will take their time, using the clock. I mean, this is a forcing, obviously, but I mean, you look at this.
Quick ball movement as Lavrinovich now in a one-on-one matchup with Lorbek, who defends him well and pokes it away. Half a minute to go. Up ahead of the field, they will just allow Zisis to lay that one in.
Yeah, you stop and think about CSKA, which is a terrific defensive team. They've always had a lot of strength That's been their strength. But you look at 45 points have been scored by Siena in this second half, and that is really pretty much unheard of against a CSKA team.
Well, under 6 seconds to go as Макинтайр slipped a bit here and then was fouled there.
It's been that kind of a night for CSKA. And the celebration begins.
Montepaschi, the sponsor of the Siena team, also known as Men Basketball Siena. Fans chanting Sana, Sana, Sana. And now add 2 more points to the Terrell Макинтайр total. Give him 21 for the day. We had a foul, actually, just prior to that.
A little soccer action.
Sato showing, hey, the Central African roots. Soccer is more of a game over there than the basketball is, though Sato seems to have picked up this game of hoops pretty well.
He sure has. He's been a terrific player over here in Europe. Of course, was a terrific player at Xavier University in the States during his college days. And just a terrific athlete.
So Planinic rattles in the second and final free throw to make it a 74-56 game. We'll be back for the final moments in a moment.